On the last episode, Takemaki have mission to bring Baji back to Toman in order to kick out Kisaki from Toman. Meanwhile, Baji meets up with member of Valhalla, whose name is Kazutora. Sitting in his classroom, Takemaki thinks about his task, along with Mikey's threat. Akin, Yamagishi, Mikoto, and Takuya walk in, congratulating Takemaki on becoming an official member of Toman. Takemaki tells his friends that being in Toman is not as good as it seems, and informs them of his promise with Mikey, admitting that he has limited knowledge about the conflict between Toman and Valhalla. Yamagishi explains the structure of Toman, which is composed of around 100 members, divided into 5 divisions. Because Pachin got arrested, Heian is now in the 2nd division, much to Takemaki's chagrin, as he is scared of him. To replace Pachin as 3rd division captain, Kisaki, a former member of Mobius, was appointed. Furthermore, Yamagishi says that there was a split in Mobius between those led by Osanai, who were born in 1988, and those led by Kisaki, who were born in 1990. Since Mikey successfully defeated Osanai, Mobius disbanded, with Kisaki's group joining Toman, increasing the number of members to 150 and leaving Kisaki's 3rd division as Toman's largest division. Mikoto asks what happened to the rest of the Mobius members, those born in 1988 to 89, and Yamagishi explains that they have joined Valhalla, serving as an anti-Toman force, under the acting leadership of Hanma. Valhalla currently has 300 members, but no one knows who the true leader of Valhalla is, represented by a headless angel. Takemaki decides that he has no choice but to meet Baji in order to bring him back to Toman, but is unsure how. Yamagishi continues to explain the structure of Valhalla. Just as he explains that the anti-Toman force is gathered under Valhalla's number 3 guy, Kazutora, Kazutora walks into the classroom himself, as he has been looking for Takemaki. Kazutora, who is a grade above Takemaki, appears thrilled to see him, planning to bring him to Valhalla's hideout. In the hallway, they encounter 2 other members, both on crutches. Kazutora explains that they are his most trusted subordinates, and that he is the reason as to why they are on crutches, which horrifies Takemaki. Kazutora tells Takemaki to relax, as he will be introduced to everyone, and Takemaki wonders if that includes Baji. As Takemaki follows Kazutora to Valhalla's hideout, he admits to himself that though he does want to meet Baji, he is still scared. From the windows in the school hallway, he sees Hina outside, and is reminded of his pledge to protect her. His determination to reach his goal through bringing Baji back from Valhalla is renewed. Outside, Takemaki tells Kazutora that he is surprised someone famous like him is less renowned than he expected. Kazutora replies that he was only a first year for a semester, as he had to go to reform school. When Takemaki asks if he was arrested, Kazutora only replies that his arrest was his fault, leaving Takemaki to wonder who he was. Arriving at the Valhalla hideout, a defunct arcade, Takemaki notes that the atmosphere is different from Toman's. There they find Baji engaged in a test of faith, beating up Toman's 1st Division vice-captain, in order to prove his defection from Toman. Even members of Valhalla acknowledge Baji's brutality. After they witness this, Kazutora brings Takemaki to Hanma, introducing him as the newest member of Toman. Takemaki wonders if he will also be beat up as the test of faith. Hanma orders Takemaki to step forward, and Takemaki fears that he might be killed by Baji. The chapter ends as members of Valhalla prepare to call a witness. Hanma announces Baji's intention to leave Toman and join Valhalla. He sees the possible strength and benefits Baji could bring to Valhalla and against Toman, but the possibility of Baji being a spy still remains. He calls on Takemaki, who functions as a witness, and he relays what Baji said at the gathering, which was declaring Toman as an enemy and announcing that he was joining Valhalla. When asked about Baji's possible admission to Valhalla, Kazutora tells Hanma that with Takemaki's testimony, as well as Baji's test of faith, he considers it to be sufficient to admit Baji. He adds that Baji will be useful against other gangs, as he also knew the activities of Toman when Kazutora was away at reform school. Even if Baji turns out to be a spy, Kazutora believes that it is worth letting Baji into Valhalla. He tells Baji that they will crush Toman and kill Mikey, to which Baji agrees to help him with. Hanma announces that Baji is now an official member of Valhalla. Takemaki realizes the possibility of getting Baji back from Valhalla is nearly impossible. He tries to remind Baji of his status as a founding member of Toman, questioning why he would betray Toman. Baji replies that being a founding member does not prevent him from betraying Toman, revealing that Kazutora is also a founding member, but says that he resented Toman. Baji recounts the summer of 2003, when the founding members were in their first year of middle school. Baji and Kazutora head to a frequent meeting spot, a cafe, at the behest of Mikey. There, the founding members, Mikey, Draken, Baji, Mitsuya, Pachin, and Kazutora admire their new uniforms, made by Mitsuya. Draken suggests they take a commemorative picture, the same photo Takemaki found. Looking back, Baji says that he never could have imagined what happened shortly after. Okay, that's all the spoiler for episode 15. Please support this channel with subscribe, like and share. Thanks.